Welcome back to Hornbill TV's Special Explainer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Al. The joke is that if you ever want to rob a bank someday successfully, just find a bank that has only overweight security guards. Why? Because they can't chase you down. That's what the joke goes. That logic seems to be the message of a viral video on Instagram recently. In the video, a group of policemen from an unidentified Indian state can be seen leading a suspect away from the site. Suddenly, this guy just balls out, leaving the policemen hundreds of miles away in just a few seconds, really. The policemen looked like they were jogging leisurely instead of running after that suspect. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, policemen, at least those without health conditions, need to be slim, fit, and healthy. Today we'll talk about the interest across India about shaping up our police forces. The American police and enforcement agencies have generally been considered some of the fittest police forces in the world. Their love for gyms and muscles, their constant obsession with quality food products, and health supplements. The cool Western policemen and special forces you see in the movies might not be the entire truth, of course, but it sufficiently represents the general love for fitness and personal health which Western societies have compared to other countries like ours, India, comparatively. Let's have a look first at what's been happening in Assam and their police department, and of course we'll go over to Madhya Pradesh and Haryana in this regard. The Assam government has been serious about this, ladies and gentlemen. They have started this mission reportedly from the previous year. The government of Assam is planning to shape up the Assam police. Get all the police people slim and fit and effective for effective duty and faster, efficient response to situations. Just several days ago, the state's government started its second round of what was reported as a check on the body mass index or BMI of the state's police personnel. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you already know body mass index is a measure of your body fat based on your height and weight, meaning certain weight categories are seen as ideal and perfect compared to your height and size as compared to those outside your height and size categories. For example, if your height is 5'9" and you weigh about 73 kilograms, your BMI is 24, which is normal and the ideal weight for you. But if your height is 5'9" again, but your weight is 184 kilograms, let's say, your BMI is much higher, 27 BMI, which is overweight. So now, what the Assam government is trying to do is shaping up its police force. It's part of a modernization initiative and to keep Assam's police personnel fit and active for duty. Now, the BMI test for Assam's police was started earlier in August 2022, ladies and gentlemen. Personnel who fail to keep their score below 30 plus BMI were required to undertake a second round of tests beginning January. So far by the reports we have received here, about 1,884 police personnel in Assam failed to clear the first test. Now, at the time of this being reported, the second round of tests for the Assam police was scheduled to be conducted in Silchar, Jorhat, and Guwahati in January. In Kachar district, 37 police personnel reportedly failed to comply with the mandatory standards here. They will undergo their second test. Police personnel from the neighboring districts of Hailakandi, Karimganj, and Dima Hasao will take their test in Silchar. Earlier again, it was reported that Assam's Director General of Police, Gyanendra Pratap Singh, had issued a notice stating that police personnel who are unable to reduce their weight by the conclusion of the stipulated period would be offered voluntary retirement. Now, This does not include policemen who have medical conditions that cause size or weight issues here. Now, the Assam police chief had also said earlier that police people who fail to reduce their weight would be offered voluntary retirement options, except for those who have genuine medical reasons, such as thyroidism. Generally, hypothyroidism causes the body's metabolism to decrease, which results in the person gaining a lot of weight. Now, reaffirming stress on physical fitness, the Assam police chief expressed hope that most of them would have shaped up by now. Reports said nearly 2.5% of the police personnel who had undergone BMI tests in August the previous year were found obese, overweight. They were put under medical care to make them fit. That's what the DGB said earlier. Altogether, 70,161 police personnel underwent such a test in the first phase of the exercise. Now, out of that number, 1,748 police personnel were found to have BMI readings of more than 30. That's what the police chief said. Now, with all these talks about the fittest police force in India and the enforcement on in Assam regarding to getting their police force in shape, ladies and gentlemen, who do you think is the fittest policeman in India? According to the media, there is one called Kishore Dange, who is said to be a Mumbai policeman and is currently considered the fittest policeman in India. He is a two-time Mr. India title winner, and he is said to be a constable in the Mumbai police. Now, it's not only in Assam but in Madhya Pradesh too. The authorities are pushing the state's police forces to shape up. Now, when you are a policeman in a populous state such as Assam or Madhya Pradesh, ladies and gentlemen, your job is cut out for crime and law and order. And that's why you are required to be very, very fit. Now, there was a medical and emotional analysis of about 1,500 policemen, and it was conducted under the state's newly adopted so-called self-augmentation and capacity building workshop that was taken up by the Bhopal police establishment in Madhya Pradesh there. Now, the authorities found that only around 24% of them were actually fit on holistic fitness indicators there. Now, out of the remaining 76% of the policemen in Madhya Pradesh, the health of 12% was found to be under the high risk stage category. It was stated that 66% of the policemen in the state could benefit immediately if they started making changes in their lifestyle. And the survey again said further, 31% of policemen were found to be under the risk category on cholesterol parameters. Again, 46% needed improvement in their blood pressure. That's what the studies found. Now, the results were eye-opening for the government of Madhya Pradesh, with many policemen being found to be much older than their biological age, than their calendar age. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who might not know, your calendar age or chronological age is your actual age, the years you have actually lived. But your biological age, on the other hand, is the degree of wear and tear of your body cells and tissues and the general physiological condition of your body. For instance, you could be 25 years old, but because you don't exercise or you consume too much unhealthy food, undermining your health, your biological age could be, say, 50 years old, even though you are just 25 years old. So that's the difference between your calendar age or chronological age and your biological age. Now, people who maintain healthy lifestyles are understood to have lower biological age, even though their calendar age might be higher. You could be 90 years old, But because you eat healthy, exercise regularly, and maintain a stress-free lifestyle, your biological age could be, say, in the 30s or 50s, even though your calendar age might be 90 years. Now, it's not only in MP and Assam, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over to Haryana and check out what's going on in there. It was reported during May 2023, just the previous year, that the government of Haryana had issued a notice taking note that many of Haryana's police personnel in the establishment were overweight. It turns out that Haryana's Home and Health Minister Anil Vij had ordered all overweight police personnel to be transferred to the police lines till they regain their fitness again. So what the minister did was, he issued a written directive to the additional chief secretary of the Home Department stating that many police personnel in the establishment were overweight. It was stated that many of the police personnel in the police department had become overweight and their weight is increasing even more. That's what the Home Minister said. Now, to maintain the fitness of the police officers and the personnel, the Home Minister wrote, all the police officers and personnel who have become overweight are to be transferred to the police line. They should be put on exercise regimes and the establishment should make them exercise until they get fit for duty. That's what the government said. Now, what about police forces in Nagaland? I do not believe that there have been any department-wide health surveys in the Nagaland police establishment in regard to the fitness of our police. Now, by a casual observation, ladies and gentlemen, I think Nagaland police personnel are okay. You know, if you consider a visual assessment of them, I don't think we see many generously able-bodied people walking around. We seem to be quite fit. Our police people, the traffic people, the VIPs, bodyguards, the police establishments, the personnel, everyone seems to be okay, I think. Actually, I think it's the opposite for Nagaland if you compare it to Haryana or Madhya Pradesh or even Assam. We need to bulk up, actually, consume a little bit more nutritious food. I don't know, because, and this is just my opinion, we seem to be a bit smaller, more frail. Our policemen seem actually mostly small. Most of them are scrawny, and I think you have heard about how people comment on our policemen's uniform. They are not oversized. I think we have that Asian we have that Asian height and size, so I think our uniforms might make us look a bit scrawny and thin, in fact. So it could be genetics, biological conditions, food habits, and even economic backgrounds in this regard, ladies and gentlemen. So instead of losing weight, I think maybe we should go on a mass building program for our police people, to at least some of them. So maybe a bulking up and nutrition based program might help our forces in terms of increasing the size, not decreasing the size of it. But like I said, that's a personal opinion. Just because they don't have a prosperous tummy doesn't mean they could be healthy again. So now the question is this: is a fit police necessary, ladies and gentlemen? The answer is very obvious. It's like asking, do soldiers need guns? The police forces are in a field that serve the public directly. Therefore, and this is not my opinion, these are opinions of enforcement experts, policy experts, and even across the world, especially in the United States and Europe. They are required to be fit and healthy for them to be able to swiftly, effectively, and efficiently respond when needed, because they are serving the public directly. The public, on the other hand, has the right to expect that the people who have taken an oath to serve them and to protect them actually should have the physical and emotional ability and the fitness to do so, to protect, to serve. Now, the policeman's ability to perform the essential functions is also, among other factors, directly linked to their underlying fitness level, physical or mental fitness. To put it simply, policemen who are fit and healthy are better able to respond when they are called to do so, especially in law and order situations, fast political developments, emergencies. So if they are fit, they can respond not only fast and swiftly, but also effectively and efficiently. They can perform more work with less effort. For instance, they are less likely to suffer injury during physically demanding activities, especially in fast law and order situations, or at least they can exert greater effort with more efficiency. Police personnel need to be prepared both physically and mentally to respond to emergency and law and order situations. The goal is not only to respond fast to emergencies or whenever needed. The goal is also to respond efficiently and in a way that best serves the public while also fulfilling their professional duties with excellence. And I believe that is what Assam and Haryana and Madhya Pradesh are also doing. That's all for now. Thank you for watching Hornbill TV, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Al Nguli. See you next time.